So we decided to go to this remote like place to like have a jam session, really, air our feelings out. And I write this song that I'm very proud of.
Okay.
And at one point we're recording, and it's very tumultuous in the time. We're all, well, I mean, let's be honest, some of us were on drugs at the time, myself included. And so I see all my band members, and we're recording the song that I wrote, so everybody could write something.
hmm
And then I it came to like a really rough part of the song, and I didn't think I could do it.
Okay.
And like it's the lump in your throat, you
Uh-huh.
know. And I looked to him, who I loved so much, and I saw the like disparity in his eyes of like the hatred he felt towards me.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he like the song he wrote was disgusting. It
Mm-hmm.
was so like, and you could get away from me, like fuck off.
Yeah.
And I wrote, and when I saw those eyes,
Yeah.
it just took over me, and I sang, I'm gonna cast a spell on you, and you'll never forget me.
Wow.
You will never get away from the sound of the woman that loves you.
Oh my god.
And he never will.
And he never will. You're so right about that. Through halfway, I did not figure out what the fuck you were doing.
Should we start recording?
Start recording.
Um, Sama, what do people say?
Well, they say a thing. It's a really fun thing.
Is it fun?
It's fun. It's not that fun. I'm lying.
Okay.
So when you
Can you close the door?
when you step on a crack,
okay,
you break your
like
mom's.
like a butt crack.
No. Like when you're walking,
Uh-huh.
and like you look down on the pavement and there's like little like lines. It's usually when the
Okay.
pavement is cracked.
Yeah.
And there's this old adage, and that's the dog. And it goes like, when you step on a crack, you break your mom's back. What the hell is he doing?
I'm assuming that you said everything before we paused to check up on the dog. I personally sometimes I walk down the road and I see those like cracks in the pavements, and I see like a little flower grow out of it, and I think that's beautiful. And I skip those cracks. First of all, out of respect for my mother, and then respect for that plant, who I also think like is very Mother Nature.
And respect to many other mothers.
To many other mothers, because I'm a big conversationalist. You know that about me, and you're a big conversationalist. You know that about yourself. And I think that we talk about things, and we keep saying "mother, mother,"
Yeah.
and we should skip those cracks
We should definitely skip those tracks.
for the moms.
I'm trying to figure out where. Okay, there you go. There's a difference when I talk to this side and then when I talk to this side.
Is there a difference for me? I just recently realized. Just be louder. just
Scream.
Just
I mean,
scream.
Come on.
Just project
Yeah.
from the diaphragm.
Yeah, you gotta, you gotta give him that.
You gotta give him that.
Not that.
No, we will not reference that.
It's dead.
We will remember when we talked about her in the podcast when she was just a meme, and
Yeah.
we were like, "What a nice lady," and now we're just like, "Oh,
I'm like, look at us. We have a podcast. What do we have to say?
I'm just saying, we're not running off the coattails of something insignificant."
But if you were her, you would do it too for a check, is what I'm saying. Do you think you wouldn't?
But I would at least have a good podcast, and I would be a good meme. I wouldn't be a huck to and spit on out thing, because it's a straight thing.
Good. Comes a meme.
Excuse me, Miss Broski. Miss Broski.
Okay, fair.
Miss Broski.
But that was just, people took that video of her and posted it on gay Twitter and captioned it, "When I bought him for the first time," and it's her going like, well.
No, but that's what I mean. Like when it's something so like irredeemably straight.
Yeah.
It gets very like, what do you have to say?
Yeah.
Like the voice of a.
Have to. She's really good. Okay. She's really good friends with Whitney Cummings. Do you know Whitney Cummings?
Does she tell you not to close one more door because she doesn't want to come anymore?
No, I think that's Whitney Houston. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Whitney Cummings is this like she's a female comedian, but then she like hates women and shit. I don't like her at all.
Oh, I like Charlie XCX.
Kind of comedy, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I. I with comedy, I'm mixed. I People would say that I'm anti like women comedy, but that's just because I'm not listening to like woke media. I'm listening to
Like you hate Amy Schumer, which is very
no, no.
respectable.
I know. I'm just saying like I, I was saying it to make it sound funnier. But like when I see these like younger Gen Z talking about things, I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
sure, whatever.
Mhm.
I need the like 50-year-old mother being like,
No, bring me like um
I like Sarah Millican,
Sarah Millican.
Miss Hart.
Who?
She's I sent it to you recently where she was like talking to Selena Gomez, thanking her, but then she
Oh,
like
I love her. And this
yeah.
will well, what was she like? Let's get back to me though.
But it's such a like, and your like you going through this health problem made me
Yeah,
feel safe about my health problem, and it's so like it's like a conversation with Drew Barrymore,
yeah.
and
It
then she
is.
goes like, back to me though.
Yeah.
But that no, that's the comedy I like. I like everyday comedy. And with stand up, I don't like a political discussion. I
Yes,
no, it's sometimes it's fine, you know, like, and it's sometimes it's things that need to be said, but be funny,
be funny and
be John Mulaney saying that Trump is like a horse in the hospital.
exactly. Give me that. I want
Yeah,
like a funny like
I hate what's his face.
Ricky Gervais.
I'm not good with Ricky Gervais, but I hate
James
what.
Corden.
Yes,
But
he's like a legendary stand-up artist, and I just hate him.
George Carlin.
No, but I feel like you're getting close. He's black.
Oh God, we sound really racist right now. I named 14 white people and I can't name one. No, but I know who you're
I
talking
know,
about. I
and,
can't
and it's like
remember.
he's so legendary, and he's so
No,
like
I hate him too because
he
he's a
keeps
big Trumpy
getting.
too.
He is a
I
Trumpy.
think if we're talking about the same
If we're talking
person.
about the same person,
Um,
he has like a simple name to remember, but
yeah,
I don't know. Something Carl shit. I don't know.
Carl. I don't think it's a
I don't
Carl.
think it's Carl.
What are you googling? Black comedians.
Shut up. I accidentally hit enter and I just googled black. Give me black.
What? God.
Um, black comedians. He will be in. Okay, love it. Dave
Dave
Chappelle.
Chappelle. Yeah,
Dave
yeah.
Chappelle.
Trumpy.
Oh, real? I
He
mean,
denies it. I mean, he never denied it, but he was very like, and but Trump's economy, like, shut up.
yeah. No,
No.
I hate like, it's stand-up comedy.
Yeah, there should be something funny.
Yeah, there should be something. He goes like, he did the thing of like, I miss them old school gays. I miss them glory
Yeah.
hole gays.
That's
And I was like, I don't disagree with you. Do I think your views are very different? Like my views are very different from
Yeah.
yours. From I miss the old school gays. But I want to laugh.
Who else said that? J.D. Vance, who is Trump's next like vice president. He said, "Well, you know what? I think we might even get the normal gay guy."
Yeah,
vote."
normal gay guy vote. Yeah, fuck that.
Kill yourself. You're wearing eyeliner. Nobody can tell me otherwise.
There's a guy recently who's like a Trumpy, and he was in a porn movie, like a gay porn movie,
Oh, I know.
and he managed to come first. It was like a cum race.
Okay,
It was a jack off race, and he
No, I
managed
think
to
it
come
was,
first.
and he's running with the whole like, and God, Jesus, save me,
Yeah,
something.
because he wears eyeliner in the porn video. That's how I remember it. But yeah, no, if I'm, it's okay to have a point in in your stand up comedy act to be like Sarah Millican, like don't be a fucking cunt.
Yeah.
You know, that's fine. But you coming up here and being like, well, I'm already famous, and people are gonna. Is he pulling the bags?
I don't think that's a bag. He's chewing something.
What the fuck is he chewing?
I'm really trying to figure out by the sound.
Okay, our dog is chewing something, and we don't know what it could be.
Mikey. Hello.
Bobsy. It's funny because you move away from the microphone, and I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, Selma now removed her microphone, and she is calling the dog. She called the dog Mikey. It's a Bosnian. You might hear it as Mike, Mikey, but it's a Bosnian word for mother. But it's weird. Um. Anyways,
Anyway,
how's your week been?
how
Let's
has
not
my
talk
week
too
been?
much about he won. Like, let's
No, I
not. We're
wanted. I
not in
just.
Boston. We don't care.
We're not in America. You
Yes.
mean? No, I do want to just talk about a little bit of because it's the only thing. Because like none of this will affect us for non-America. It
Yeah.
doesn't or directly. I
It
can.
will affect me with Twitter.
No, what I'm saying is like it does spread this like it's like the worst kind of men will no longer be shamed for being what they are, and that will spread throughout the whole world. And that is what is kind of scary, you
And
know.
there is the. Do you know about the M4 movement? I think it's the M4
And
movement.
it's
Like
before.
before, yeah, like women
Yeah,
are.
women being like no contact with a man whatsoever, no like dependence on a man,
Yeah,
like not sleeping with men,
yeah.
not doing any of that.
But I do
And
think
then
it
some fucking guy that this is what I'm saying, like some guy just tweeted like, yeah, as if you have like as if anyone
as
has
if
a
anyone, as if you have a choice,
choice or something.
something in that
Yeah.
regard. Like,
As if yeah, as if they have a choice, and it's like that stuff is getting like it's no longer the dark side of the internet.
yeah,
Now
no, that's what I mean.
it's that.
It's terrifying. The thing is, I wish that, and I'm starting with myself here,
Mhm.
that we all, as people who are attracted to men,
Yeah.
that we let go of men who are abusers and hurters, and because I've been with men who, okay, I the joke is always that I've been with married men, but I didn't know
Yeah.
most of it. I think that I think I've had a rough patch, and I've been with like two where like one or two where it was like,
Yeah.
hey, I do have a wife, and I was like, okay, and I was like really horny, and I kept justifying it to myself, being like, it's he does this anyways, like,
Yeah.
yeah, like he'll find somebody else if it's not me, and I'm just
Like
like,
that.
what did you think about?
Like thought about the concept of being somebody who's married, and I've really come to a conclusion. I wouldn't do it either way, but I would like have an easier time dealing with myself if I'd been with a married woman than if I were to be with a married man. And in my head, I'm just like, I don't ever want to hurt another woman, and I know that's
Yeah,
wrong, and I
I
get the
get what you mean, and you might also come from a place of like, oh, she's suppressed.
yeah
But I don't like these men don't come from a place of suppression. These
yeah
men, because to be suppressed is to want the freedom. You call them gay, they punch you,
yeah
like it's not a thing of I don't care that you're handling this unhealthily. I'm not,
yeah
who else handles things unhealthily? Rapists, murderers, that's handling something in an unhealthy way. We're never saying that negative people who are, so like I said, rapists and murderers, it's never a thing of just like I have this power and I'm gonna do it and I'm happy and this is about happiness and this is about yay. No,
there's
you
always something wrong with you.
there's something wrong with you,
And
but I'm not supposed to, and nobody's supposed to, like, because I,
forgive a pedophile,
yeah,
and there's
and
something wrong with them mentally, like
and I'm not here like I'm not gonna tell you about my sob story. Well, we said we wouldn't talk about
No,
it.
it's funny to me that I'm like it's a very serious topic and I'm wearing this hat.
She's wearing a British lady flower garden hat.
Yeah, it's just because the dog wanted to grab it and I was like, no, and I put it on my head.
I kind of like how you look. I look very great
Thank
too.
you.
I'm wearing black pants and a pink Levi's shirt. It's great. Um, but no, there is something wrong with you. But there's like I've had a hard time. You've had a hard time. We're not raping and killing people,
Wait,
and it comes to a point of I myself. So like aside from those men, let's say like it was 2 moments of weakness, and it was a few moments of like it's a hookup, and later through like Facebook, I would find out that the man has a wife. Um, and it comes to a point of like if somebody were to out that person to the
Mhm.
wife, I personally wouldn't judge them,
Yeah.
but it's not my prerogative, even though they did something that wrong.
Yeah.
However, me actively hooking up with a guy who I know is a cheater, who would continue pursuing me and who would continue like I'd block him and then he'd like find me on Grinder and shit like
Yeah.
that kind of thing. And what kind of message was I sending if eventually I'd always say yes?
Yeah.
What was I? And that the thing here, we don't have like a if that guy was a Trump supporter, I'd
Mhm.
out him firstly here. Secondly, like I'd say
Yeah.
to whoever the fuck, like that man loves to do this, 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 and this.
Yeah.
But
And
and
also the stories you told of these men's
fantasies,
proclivities. Say,
fetishes, yeah.
girl.
And
Mhm.
I'm supposed to stand here, and now I've made a clear cut decision of like if a guy ever mentions a partner on Grinder, I'm block unless
Yeah, it's like
yeah,
sexual.
consensual. But even that has to be like because a guy told me like my wife knows, but it kind of sounds like
It's
she's
sad.
admitted defeat,
Yeah.
kind of like that. Because he did,
Just let her go.
you know,
Like I'm so.
yeah, and that's the thing of like, but then there's gonna be women Trumpies. There's gonna be fucking Milas of the world who will,
There's no worse species to me.
yeah.
You're going against yourself.
No, it's not just that. It's about like also self-hating women who,
Yeah.
like in Mila's case of like, I'm ending up with a man who is treating me horrendously, and because I'm used to living in this toxic environment, and all that you're getting is comfort from your toxic environment. All that man is getting is more power.
Yeah.
And if he breaks up with you, you gave him so much power, and
And
you,
also living his life knowing that he'll always have a version of you available.
yeah, and there, and it's, and that is a problem that stems originally from like from the way women are raised
Yeah.
to be like I'm dainty, I'm nothing, and to not have this self-worth. And then men are raised so like boisterously and shit like that. Of course, not all women and not all men. I'm just saying like it would be great if we could all stoop to the occasion. And I'm saying like first of all, myself included, stoop to the occasion to see those men that would vote to take our rights away and go like, you don't deserve my ass.
Really.
You don't get to. What?
That you don't get to live your life like you didn't do anything wrong. Like you don't with
Absolutely.
zero punishment, with zero like
You don't get to laugh to your friends about jokes about gay rights
yeah.
and then turn around and beg me for feet pics.
Exactly. And then also there what breaks my heart is there are so many women I see now like booking appointments to sterilize themselves because they're not like it's such an intense like thing that's happening right now where it's like yeah everything is and it's crazier than it was in 2020 or
Yeah.
when was it 2016 I don't know.
Yeah, I think 2016.
And because back then he wasn't as crazy. Like back then, the biggest news was him on a bus going, "Oh, you can grab him by the pussy," and then that made people so crazy.
Yeah.
Now he's so far past that
Yeah.
that now there's like a
No,
convicted
it's
felon, like charged rapist.
yeah.
Nobody's batting an eye, and at this point, like how much can you scream in people's faces, being like, "Hello,
Yeah.
this man is insane," and then people are still like, "Oh yeah, but the economy," which by the
Yeah.
way, he knows nothing about
And
it.
there's
He
no,
went bankrupt 14 times. What? Why?
yeah, and it's everybody talking about like it's gonna turn into a dictatorship, and I really hope it isn't. But
I hope it isn't either, but I hope that it gets to a place where like because people who are against him already know how bad it is, and people who are against him are preparing for how bad it's gonna get.
yeah,
People who are for him are not, and I hope you see it. I
yeah,
hope it happens to you. You know.
absolutely. So we said we wouldn't talk about it.
Anyway,
Uh, I, in a lighter note of He Won news, a coworker of mine, an ex coworker of mine who I kind of liked as a friend, posted like a celebratory Trump picture, and it was so like click, 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 like unfollow, remove, and I was so like, and I had a moment of like maybe, and then I was just like, respect yourself, like there's because I am not I am working towards being a more openly like feminist and gay rights person
Mhm.
because sometimes I was like in my teens I would be like, yeah, I get why you think that we don't need a parade.
Yeah.
And now I'm not, the thing is, now it's not that I'll agree with somebody, but I'll shut up and I won't mention it and I won't have a fight about it.
Yeah.
Now like at work I start conversations about like there's a lot of anti-Semitism going on. Not just because of that's the worst part. It's not just because of Israel. Because like if it was about Israel, I'd be like, oh, you're just uneducated and you don't know that what you're doing is actually helping Israel.
Yeah.
Rather than going against Israel. But like there's a guy he does the like most yeah, no, like fuck the Jews, they control the banks and shit like that. And then I have to be like, what the fuck does Martha, who works at the grocery store, like how is
That's
she
always been my
controlling the
point.
banks?
It's so, and nobody who's actually controlling the banks is going to you. You're not getting
Yeah.
to them.
Yeah, you're
Okay,
not
you're
getting to
getting
them.
to Martha, who's done nothing wrong.
Yeah.
That's what pisses
And
me
when
off.
you say Jewish and when you have a child and you go like these Jewish people,
Yeah,
that child is gonna go to school and hear that another person is Jewish and hit that person.
yeah.
That's no, that's the thing. And there's a I'm doing these steps too, and it's cathartic. It helps yourself. I have this family friend who I talked about so much. It's like a John's family friend segment, and he he always and he doesn't post like necessarily like fuck women shit like that. He's a very incel, you know. He
Yeah.
is like and he is a 40-year-old man who fell in love with my sister, who like what 26, and family
Also,
friend family
You knew
friend
her
by the way.
since childhood.
And that is
That's what's
he
fucked.
looks young, so like in the back of your head you don't realize it, but when you say it, like you like if you're a listener who isn't me and you,
Yes.
hi by the way, um you like think of a 40-year-old man and you think like going for a 26-year-old woman, like unless like I mean of
Unless you
course
met her at a bar, like if you watch
yeah,
somebody
yeah,
grow up, like that's weird.
that's weird. And it's also a thing of like if you're a 40-year-old man and she's a 26-year-old and you're like I'm into older girls and she's like I'm into older guys,
Yeah.
I'm into younger girls and she's like I'm into older guys, sure, but you're talking about my sister who, you know, like she's almost a cousin.
Yeah.
And I'm saying like he literally like stalk her behavior, so she doesn't want to talk to him and then he writes her like pages and pages and pages, and I'm not being funny and saying pages, I'm saying physically pages, letters of like and then
See,
and
you're
you know what's the worst part of all those, that they always end in like thank you,
yeah.
like if you read this thank you, you know. And recently he started posting some things that are like, and what I hated the most about it, they're inconclusive, you know. It's like a lot of people from the PD list were endorsing Kamala, and it's like I don't know if you're dumb, like I don't know if you're making a joke about it or if you're dumb enough to believe that. He posts a video of two guys pretending to be in a Kamala Harris like rally, yeah, and they're like, yeah, free abortions, everybody get their abortions right now, being like doing trolling.
Yeah.
And then he goes like, let's go, guys, let's go have an abortion. And he was like, I didn't know men could get abortions. And first of all, I thought he thought that he was funny, but he was genuinely like, what's the like
What do you mean?
what do you mean, what are they saying? And then so I write him this long message, kind of like the ones he writes.
Yeah.
And I'm doing much more than he deserves by saying, hey, I'm going to block you. I can, and I'm being truthful the whole time. I wanted to write like, cause I can't watch the stupid shit that you're putting on. I wanted to, so like, and he calls himself a rebel and a Ronin. Do you know what a Ronin is? It's a masterless samurai.
You live with your parents.
You're 40 and you live with your parents.
You're asking your mom to make you brekkie.
Yeah.
Shut up.
You're 40 and your mother can't talk when you're in the room because she'll cry. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact, by the way. Your mom has to look at you and say, this place was enough for me and your father, and now me and your father can't have a fulfilling sexual life because of you. Because your mother is the type to say that.
And I love her for it, first of all. Second of all, you're a loser.
You're you're
A lo-
you're a loser. And I write this whole message of like, so I don't know if I mentioned it on the podcast. He had something happen to a friend, and she's distraught, her husband's distraught. It's not rape, but it's it's something hard happened and it hit the both of them, and they're both very sad. I'm saying that because like whenever there's like it's something I can't talk about,
Yeah, it's
I feel like everybody and their moms go like rape.
right.
Um, there's something horrific that happened to them, and he texts me being like, "How do I help them?" And I'm like, "Just listen to what they have to say. If they don't text you,
Yeah.
like even a hey, are you okay in that moment is too much."
Yeah. No, people always overestimate their importance. People like that.
Yeah,
You're always like,
you
"Oh, what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna fix this because I can and nobody else can." And it's like,
imagine if I text your friends being like, "I heard that this," because like if I heard, I don't know, that they broke up, I'd be like, "Hey, do you ever want to hang out?"
yeah,
Sure. But if something like fucking their mom gets killed,
yeah,
do like what place do I have to text him and be like, "Hey, I'm here for you.
yeah,
You're here for her.
yeah.
I'm not."
I don't like,
And that's the thing. And he's making their whole sadness about himself.
yeah,
And then I go like, you do nothing. You talk to them. You like if they want to talk to you, communicate with them.
yeah,
If they don't, let them be. Don't interact with them. Don't. And I know that you love to make food to cheer up people. Don't do that.
yeah,
Depression, grief can do very weird things. I'm saying personally here, can do very weird things. And it, if a person cannot eat and I'm telling him, I'm telling you from personal experience, my stomach gets weird. I throw up food. I can't eat food. And then if somebody made me food, I'd feel guilty that I can't eat this thing that they worked hard on.
Yeah.
And that would also start being like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You're not acting like a human. There's a scene in the manga Tokyo Ghoul. There are people who are like either born or like infected where they're forced to, the only way they can survive is off eating other people. And Toka had this friend who, because if they eat human food, it tastes like ash.
Okay.
And her friend thought she was sick, and she brought her food.
Yeah.
And it's such a scene of like her forcing herself to eat this
Yeah.
because her friend did this for her, and she keeps throwing up, because she can't eat that. And I'm telling him this. Maybe if I mention that, because he thinks like a 14-year-old, maybe.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I
he
tell him
definitely
like,
sneezes.
don't. Our dog's sneezing. And I mentioned going like, don't make them food because they'll get fucked up. So a few weeks later, something happens to me in my personal life. He hears about it and he texts me. I wish we lived closer so I can make you brownies all the time.
Yeah.
Because I love his brownies.
Let's all be.
Let's all
not
be
lie to
real.
each other,
Let's
yeah.
not lie to. It's funny because so many people hate them, but then he makes food and they go like, "Oh, did you make your cookies? He makes great cookies." um, literally my sister who's like so disgusted, genuinely
Yeah.
like disgusted by him, and he gave me some food, and then he was like, and the top things for Naja, give her that in private. And I'm like, of course you're gonna say give her that in private.
Yeah.
um and now I'm sad that I didn't put a few other things in the note, but and she was just my sister took it, so you can imagine the kind of turmoil she's at, and she's like, oh my god, did he make your brownies? I love his brownies. I love that sound.
Yeah.
So I write him this long message about like, and the emphasis of the message, because I was like, I have a few keynotes, but I need to over explain it because he will not understand. The main emphasis and the main like the sentence that I was so proud of is like, um, the words I need to tell you have already been said, and the words that were said were all ignored.
Exactly.
And I block him because it's like there's no need to have a conversation with you about this. He finds
Yeah.
me on Messenger, sends me triple a longer text message. So what he does in this text message, because I said in the email, I said in the message, like
Email.
in the email, I sent
I
him.
hope this finds you not well.
I hope this doesn't find you because you're dead, anyways. I wrote like because of this and because of your constant idiotic posting that like my day gets ruined
Yeah.
because I remember how dumb you are. I
Yeah.
didn't say that, but I wish I had. I wish I had been more mean.
Yeah.
Because he then texts me being like going through every single one of the stories that he posted that day and explaining
Yeah. Why
his
and where?
political views, and he's like he posted like I like seems like America's gonna have another orange president, and he was like, and this is like how low do you think of me?
Yeah.
He's like, I wasn't posting that pro Trump, it was a joke against Trump. And I'm like, do you think that I'm dumb? Do you think that I'm so dumb that I thought you were being pro Trump there? And then he writes also like, because I didn't know men could have a, and then he goes like, because of that thing, he also goes like, and in some regards, yeah, I am against abortions. Of course, I'm pro-abortions if the like
Yeah.
the
Let's
reasons.
like.
And then he goes like, but I'm against abortions if some whore has 10 abortions because she just likes to fuck around without a condom. And
But there was this one guy who made so he.
is it the guy who said like I know a girl who had 10 abortions in a year?
No.
Okay.
He goes on these like pro life rallies
Yeah.
or whatever, and he's like, "Oh, so you're pro life and all this?" And they're like, "Yeah, like no abortions and stuff." And he's like, "Well, yeah, me too. Actually, I believe that sperm in itself has a lot of potential for life.
Yeah.
So I'm going around as a petition to make it mandatory for because and then I love it too because as soon as you throw anything medical or
Yeah.
sciencey at them, they get confused. So he's going like because actually it's reversible. So from ages from 18 till 25, all men should get vasectomies and then reverse them once they get married and they can have children. And so they wouldn't, kill any of them. And they're like, and then as soon as he says it, every single one of them goes, yeah, but I think that's kind of infringing on the rights and bodily rights of
Is that the same guy that went to that woman and she like had a Bible verse on it? And then he was like, and she was like, yeah, because I think that God has a plan for all of the kids,
Oh
and
yeah.
then we shouldn't kill the kids. And he was like, didn't he kill all the firstborn sons in Egypt?
Hilarious.
But no, and he texts me all of this, and I just write back to him saying like, thank you for proving my point. In a message I sent you about me being hurt by you, you found a way to talk about you found a way to focus on your, and then I put it in quotes, political alignments. And then
Yeah.
I said I put it in quotes because all you post is uh is not research, not just surface level, and you dare call yourself a rebel and a Ronin. Um,
Is Elon Musk going, I'm not just MAGA, I'm dark MAGA.
yeah.
You're a loser.
No, Elon Musk said that he's punk at one point, and it's like
A loser.
punks are made because of people like you.
You're a loser. Money falls in like that much money instantly kind of comes with the like, oh, you're smart.
Yeah. No, so and
So
I
dumb.
tell him so many things of like, and then I tell say what no no the meanest thing
Mm.
in that message, and I wish it wasn't because wanted to call him uh predatory, not different from his father in that regard. And I was just like, you like I should have just said like you're an incel, and I was like, I am not here to teach you how to not behave like an emo teenager.
Yeah.
You're a grown man, act like it. I want to know, like I hope it hurt him to hear a 23-year-old tell him a 40-year-old, you're a
Mm.
grown man, act like one.
Fully.
I just really hope that
Yeah.
that resonated something. And if he ever try, I so hope that he tries to contact me again,
Yeah.
because I'm like, okay, you had this one, like you're trying to do a rebuttal.
Yeah.
Sure. If you ever try to contact me again, I will have to talk to you vocally, because if I leave a paper trail, I could go to jail. So I took a step in the direction of caring for myself.
Yeah.
Because like, and there's a few people that I want to cut contact with, where it's like you're not a bad person.
Yeah.
I just I do not want you as a friend, and I'm sorry, but that's gonna hurt you.
Yeah.
You know, and that I gotta prepare myself for that because it's much easier to cut off contact with a predator.
Yeah. Yeah, I
So
really hated. I think like you have given that man more of your time than I would even imagine giving it.
yeah,
So like you've done everything
he
like
is
and
a
more.
he's a family conversation.
Yeah.
He is when me and my sister call each other, we're go like what's new with him? What's new about
Yeah.
this situation? And it's like nobody likes you.
Yeah.
Nobody loves you.
That part.
Cuz like
Your
okay,
mother doesn't want to look at you.
your mother cannot talk to you in the same room cuz we were having this conversation and it wasn't heated.
Yeah.
It was just about like video games and movies and stuff like that. And whenever he talked, she'd go like everybody has their own opinions.
Yeah.
Because he like and she would say that even when he agrees with me. And that's the thing. I cannot like I talked about this to a friend where I was like I work really hard to make whatever I say sound like I preface by being like this is my opinion. There is a handful of media that I don't enjoy that I will be like this is hurtful. This is bad.
Yeah.
So for instance like the Joker movie,
Euphoria.
Euphoria, another one of those. Um,
American Psycho.
that's for you. Um, but there's those where it's like, well, American Psycho, like at least you can say like that you hate even people who are like it's a metaphor,
Yeah.
but like at least there's a metaphor behind it. You know what I
I
mean?
know, yeah.
Because there's media that's just like the kind of stuff that Bloober Team makes that is so just against mental health issues that spreads negative messaging that spreads false ideologies and I will always stand against that
Yeah.
but at the
I
end of the
think
day
the
if
worst of that was 13 Reasons Why.
uh,
And I've said it since the moment it came out. Everyone was so praising that show and being so happy about it. And I'm like, I know what this will do.
yeah
And
and
it did it.
yeah and that's a show that I would be like I cannot if somebody went like I'm watching 30 Reasons Why I would be like I I hope you're doing it illegally.
Yeah.
There is why are you giving that show money
Yeah.
because there is no nuance there's no like
There's no nuance. It romanticized suicide. So I mean, we talked about this in the podcast, but it got to a point where like it suicide rates spiked because everyone wanted to. It's such a like I don't know.
because it portrayed suicide as a hard thing to portray and it is easy to portray like when I kill myself everybody will be sad that is an easy thing to show it
Yeah.
is but it is a hard thing to show that that's a wrong way of thinking
Exactly.
and
But if you can't do it right, don't do it at all.
don't do it at all look at the hours
Look at the
look
hours.
at the hours
Oh God.
so it's I will be like I think that that's hurtful media. I
Yeah.
think that what you're watching is implying like a lot of things. But if it's what's a thing that you like that I don't, that's hard to find. If
Shameless.
I,
That
I
spreads a great message.
I didn't watch that, but I'm like Shameless is camp. Shameless
Yeah,
is
it's fun.
not being like I'm so serious.
I don't think we disagree
Glee
on.
is also like mega negative
Yeah.
messaging, but it's like it's fucking Glee.
It's
You know
Glee,
you
yeah.
know what I mean. There's I don't know if somebody likes what's something if Heartstopper.
Okay.
I'm like really not my thing. I
Mhm.
got mad about like a guy liking Heartstopper, but that's because of our personal relationship.
Yeah.
But I'm not. Heartstopper is sending actually very positive messaging
Yeah.
that are great for teenagers.
Yeah. It's like,
And an adult, I'm just like I cannot enjoy it
Mhm.
now. It has some icks for me, but not icks in a way of like this is bad.
Yeah.
This is negatively portrayed. I'm just like it is a bit too cutesy
yeah,
without
there's a
being
lot of things being
romanticized.
like, hey, it's not for me.
Yeah, it's that, but that's what I'm saying. Like Heartstopper, I really don't like the show because but it doesn't romanticize it. But it does get to a point of like, and I have an eating disorder. It gets very
Yeah.
Elmo,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then I get like, as somebody who has had it, I'm like, I don't need to be educated
Yeah. On
about
those.
sexualities,
Also,
about
for shows like this, it gets to a point where like You know how in every Turkish show, as soon as somebody faints, they're pregnant. Like it's that. Every time a woman faints, you're like, oh, she's gonna be
Every
pregnant
time
next.
the
So
vision blurs a little bit, he skipped a meal.
we went with.
So I get which. So like with Heartstopper, with Marvel Media,
Mm-hmm.
I can get into like a bit of a debate on like how Marvel is like infecting cinema and shit like that. But like you saying like I really love Thor Ragnarok, I'm gonna be like fun. I don't care. Like I'm not gonna be like oh you're so like that. I'm just gonna be like not my thing. And what I do hate is when somebody gets excited and mentions like, because I'm like, I'm into video games and comic books, and people go like, "Oh, I love The Last of Us," and I'm like, "Oh, not my thing." And then I go like, "Oh, Marvel," and I go, "Oh, not my thing."
Yeah.
It's because people get so excited, and then I go
Yeah.
like, "I'm sorry that I've been in this
Sorry, I
position."
crushed your dreams.
Um, yeah. Do you have anything you want to chat about?
What? um. Well, my mom's friend got some. It's so weird because like she went on to the hospital because something hurt, and then she went did the test, and she's um like sick, like cancer, like
Yeah.
but very like stage.
No,
Um,
it's weird because you started talking about it, and I instantly like looked away. I'm like. She's gonna talk about this. Okay. Which like early stages?
no, like late. That's what I'm
Oh.
saying. Like
Oh,
it was
okay,
like
okay, okay.
so and it so came out of nowhere because she was so fine. Like there wasn't a moment of like and like she didn't get a cold,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So like seeing her and she's such a like vibrant, active person that
Yeah.
it's so weird to even
Yeah,
imagine.
your mom's a gym trainer.
Yeah,
And we
that's
make jokes about your mom not like being like do 10 setups,
yeah,
but it's they're still gym trainers.
yeah,
It's
and it's weird. And I'm going to see her tomorrow, but it's just
the day
it's
after
a
tomorrow.
yeah, but it was a bit of a shock.
Well, in an hour it's gonna be the let's not be a smart ass when somebody's telling me about somebody they know having cats. Gonna snippet this part, and when I start therapy, I'm gonna be like, "So this is a problem I have."
What I do. That was a bit of a shock and weird. But other than that, I mean, I didn't talk about my job. I got transferred to a different department, but I'm working alone now. Like
You have an a shagr.
yeah, I have a little helper there, and it's cute because I mean, here's the thing. I started working, and I worked in that department for like 3 weeks, and
And
then
then
the
the guy
guy
left.
went.
Yeah,
So like it's literally the deaf leading the blind. Like there's I know nothing, and I'm teaching him. Like there's,
it's the
but
blind leading the deaf
yeah,
because they have to be like, "Come with me," and
yeah,
then the deaf are like,
huh?
"Huh?"
Yeah. Um. So it's very much that, but I'm getting a hang of it, and it's kind of fun now because so when I was working in my last department, I was also working alone, and I was calling all the shots. And then when got
And you were
transferred to
fighting
safety,
also.
yeah, when I got transferred to safety, it was that guy who was calling all the shots, and I'm like, I wouldn't do this way. I would do it another way, and it would be more effective. But I can't.
It is a hard thing to fall off,
Yeah,
Grace.
and I can't, and I couldn't have been like, no, let's do it this way,
Because I was described as like the main guy in tickets
yeah.
for so long. And it gave me such a god complex.
Mhm.
But I didn't have the. They were just transferring me to calls, and I was just like, okay. And I became the like very like. There's this scene in the Disney Atlantis movie where they're like several
Mhm.
like they're in deep water
Yeah.
and they start like hitting something. I don't know, like it's danger, and then there's one lady going like, oh wait, there's something happening, I'll call you back. No, I'll call you back.
Um, but now he left, and it's fun to be able to just be like, okay, we'll do it this way, and whatever happens, happens. Like I'm fully ready to be like, I'll take on the reins of this,
Sure.
and it's fun. I kind of like it, and I like the change.
She's almost sleeping now. Can you like close the door a little bit?
Mm.
Do you like the change in so now you have the power, the autonomy that you used to have before in your previous position?
Yeah, but I like that job was kind of boring because it was either like oh nothing to do all day or everything to do in one day.
Okay.
This is like you have a lot to do every day, but I like it more that way because the time passes faster. And it's
I love to have a lot to do every day. That's why I like tickets. But now I'm like, call, and then when there's no calls, I like, and that's the thing. Like, there's calls, and then I
Mhm.
have to do the emails that get assigned to me.
Yeah.
So I'm like the call and the emails, and then I get stressed, and then because
Yeah.
like emails are time sensitive, and it gets a lot. But I survive.
Yeah.
In times like these, I sometimes like I can trust one person.
Mhm.
Who do you trust? Do you trust Gotham, Batman, or Harvey Dent?
Who do I trust from there? Honestly,
Spoiler alert for Batman: The Long Halloween.
yes.
For a
We're
book from the like 80s.
yeah from the 80s.
I don't know. Like I think 80s, 70s.
Wow.
Double check it. It's
I quite like it. Like um, who? Okay, so we're doing a Batman thing, a comic
we're
book
doing like the
for
comic
all
book.
the
Yeah.
all the not nerd people watching.
Leave.
Leave fully.
No, like let's non like comic like non nerd people. Selma, you're a non nerd
I'm a
person.
non-nerd person.
What did you think?
I loved it. It
You were so
so
oh, it's 90s.
okay.
Okay.
It was so easy for me to get into it, and I didn't think it would be because but again, I never really gave comic books a shot
Yeah.
either. I saw it and I was like, not for me, but I never.
One of my friends was really like, I'll force you to read other comic books. I won't force you to currently read other Batman stuff because this is the only story that I had where I'm like, you don't like you can know nothing and
Yeah.
get it. This is so Batman: The Long Halloween often is described as Batman's second year of reigning.
Mhm.
So the first one is Batman Year One. It's literally called Year One, and you like I feel like Batman Year One is when you like want to start reading them.
Yeah.
And this is like if you want a good story and you don't need to like do 10,000 wiki reports. And I don't currently have other comic books that I can give you and be like earnestly like you're going to enjoy this.
Yeah.
But if I read a Batman comic that you're going to enjoy, I think you'll like Arkham Asylum. That's the one with the horrific art style, like horrifically
scary.
terrifying art
Yeah.
style. You might like
Scary.
that one. I'll check how much it's,
Yeah.
But you could get into this without any knowledge of Batman.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you two things that are outside of this comic book, because they're not really important.
Okay.
One is like what happened before, and one is a realization from later.
Mhm.
The three scars on Maroni's face.
Yeah.
Catwoman gave it to him.
Play.
Yeah.
That she should.
Do you know why Catwoman was always like prancing around?
Huh.
She wanted to find out, and later it is revealed Maroni is her dad, like illegitimate dad.
So that's how she was snooping.
Yeah, but that's like, and it's great because it.
Yeah, the entire
Why-
time she's being so like, what do you care why I'm here?
Yeah,
Shut up.
and also like it wouldn't be in Catwoman's character to have her story revealed in Batman's
Yeah.
story,
Yeah.
and that's what I love about it. Because it's not like sometimes media gets very like
Because everything got explained, even in the beginning because we didn't figure out what the connection was between Batman's family and Falcones.
yeah.
Falcons.
You say Falcons,
I
okay?
say
I say
Falcons.
Falcone.
Yeah.
Falcones.
And I just kind of was like, okay, fine, whatever. And
Yeah.
then later on, it's like,
Yeah, and it's a thing that also you like people before this comic book didn't know.
yeah,
It's a really like you got to know the most basic things, and that's that Batman
And I
Bruce
knew-
Wayne, and
yeah.
that Jim Gordon. And if you don't know that Harvey is Two Face, it's a great reveal.
It really was because I remember you talking about Two Face, like conversationally. Like, okay, so I was really dense when it comes to this, when
Yeah,
it comes to characters and everything like that. But I did I knew who Ivy was because of you.
Yeah.
I knew who.
Catwoman.
Well, no, I knew
The
Cat. Okay,
Joker.
before you.
Before me.
Before you.
So before you knew anything.
BJ.
BJ.
Like,
The BJ like blowjob.
I knew about Batman, I knew about Joker, I knew about Catwoman.
Yeah.
And I knew about Catwoman because of that movie with not Michelle Pfeiffer.
Not Michelle Pfeiffer. Haley.
Hey, Halle Berry.
Halle Berry.
Anyway, so I was like, okay, but with you, I knew about Calendar Man. I knew about the character, so it was
Yeah.
easy to follow it.
I don't think I ever talked about the Mad Hatter. And
Yeah.
he's probably the only villain that you know of.
Yeah, no.
I was
Is he I forgot the
he's
name.
the Mad Hatter. Like from Alice in Wonderland. He's with Scarecrow.
Yeah, but Scarecrow, the little green guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like he thinks that he's the Mad Hatter from the Alice
Yeah.
stories. There's a great scene because like the Catwoman walks in and she goes like, "Oh my whiskers," and she goes like,
Yeah,
"It's
it's
the
the
only
only-
Alice line I know."
And I love it. No, I thought the entire movie, the entire time I was reading it, I thought he was. Well, he was just quoting the movie. No.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
quoting Alice.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing.
Okay.
He's
Because I was like, and then she said the line. I was like, ha, that's hilarious.
So you knew I was Scarecrow for one Halloween.
Yeah.
You actually there's a character that you and I know the same amount about.
Hmm.
Solomon Grundy,
Give me what's
born on a
what's that?
Monday. Like he's in the.
Oh yeah.
I don't
love
know.
him.
I don't know much about him.
Me neither. I don't know what his purpose was there
I-
either. He was just there.
I think it was a very important part for Batman to see him and go like another one of Gotham's lost souls.
Well, yeah, that. But like, even when
Because he's not a
Two-Face
full
went,
villain, you know.
yeah, when Mr. Dent, aka Two-Face, went down,
She knows it.
you know, when he went like crazy and went down this to the
Yeah.
sewer, like they were just
He was with
kind of
him.
chatting, and I was like,
Actually, I would
Who
say
is this
that his
guy?
purpose there was he goes like because it's the rhyme Solomon Grundy born on a Monday
Yeah.
and shit like that, and then he goes like, "Is that what happened to you? Were you born again? Can
Mhm.
men be born again?"
yeah,
Being like, "Can Two Face be born again?" What's interesting to you about this story? What? So you start reading the story. What do you
Okay.
like about it?
I don't know. I love the like intricacies of it. You know, I
Yeah.
love the like. Okay, so there's this family. They're the mobsters.
Yeah.
Okay, then Holiday comes
The
along.
Maronis,
The Maroni. Yeah.
or is it the Falcones? Are who's the main one? Maronis?
Falcons are the main ones, and then
Yeah,
Maronis
Maronis
are the like,
are the
opposing
opposing tribe.
gang. Yeah.
Yeah. We have a lovely little at the end of the book,
Mm-hmm.
like it's called the Roman Empire.
The Roman is hilarious. So
It's run by Carmine,
yeah,
or how did you say his name?
Carmine.
Carmine. Okay, Carmine de Roman Falcone. And then he has the son Alberto Falcone. And
Which okay.
daughter. Like, wait, it's not his daughter. It's his.
Sister?
Yeah, his sister is Carla Falcone Viti, and she has a son named Johnny Viti.
Yeah.
So what starts the plot is the marriage between Johnny Viti and Lucia Viti, and that's when I knew you would like the book.
Yeah.
Because
Kidding.
from the beginning. But no, you read it a little bit, and you read the line like it seems like only yesterday that Carmine tried to hire a knife between Johnny Viti's ribs, and you were
yeah.
like,
Woo!
uh-huh.
No, but I
It's
loved it.
what I want to say before we start getting more into it. What I love is that it's a comic book because like with books, we really have to get the like sticky notes to like find
Yeah.
maybe quotes and maybe start like underlining it
Yeah, this is all the quotes.
because like you can't find it when you're just flipping through.
Yeah.
With this, I can easily be like, oh, you're thinking about this. Let me
Yeah,
find it
and
because
there it
there's
is.
pictures and
Yeah.
there's like you can easily.
So it starts off like that, like, but then
Let's not
Bruce-
explain the plot. If we explain the plot, we'll be here 3 hours.
But just the like, okay, so the mobsters are there. Then somebody comes along, starts killing the mobsters. But the mobsters, first of all, want to start working with the bank. Now, Bruce Wayne is part. Well, Batman.
Yeah.
Is part of it.
Wait,
no,
that's my favorite joke of all time. Always to be like,
huh?
wait,
No.
Bruce
Hold
Wayne.
on.
Wait, philanthropist, billionaire Bruce Wayne is Batman. Oh my God, what's gonna be next? Is Dick Grayson the Robin?
Wait, you didn't answer me. Does
Mm.
Catwoman, do Catwoman and Batman know that?
It's
Bruce
implied.
Wayne.
It's
Yeah.
like it's a flirt. Like I think it's a flirty thing.
Yeah, because they had a moment where so she cuts
So
him.
she and he goes
and
like,
then-
Bruce Wayne is a friend.
No, that happened later when like they were doing their little dances as Catwoman and Batman, and then
Uh-huh.
she scratches his face, and then when they're on a date, she
Oh,
goes
she
like,
goes like,
"Did you cut yourself shaving?" Like,
Yeah. I think it's a game between the two
Yeah.
of them where they both know.
so
Because it depends on the writer sometimes, and I don't know where Loeb and Sale were on this.
yeah,
But I choose to think that they could. Because why would Batman, the like smartest person alive, appear and go like, "Thank you, Bruce Wayne is a friend." You know that
yeah,
is so
what's more-
obvious.
but so it starts off with them. They want to start working through a bank to launder the money.
Yeah.
Batman is being like, no, we shouldn't do that. and then there's a guy who starts killing people. Now he starts on Halloween.
I mean,
Starts on Halloween.
it starts with Halloween, but yeah, and it's on holidays.
Yeah, on holidays. So they call him Holiday, and the thing is, he's killing the people from the mob family.
Yeah.
Now there's Bruce Wayne, who's
But
Batman.
it's also people who are kind of like, it's people who are going against the family. The first to die is Johnny Vitti, who wanted to testify against him.
Yeah, but then it's John Vitti, but he's directly connected to the mom, to his sister.
His sister eventually dies too. His mom eventually dies too.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But it's a very like
Yeah, but why she died because she went through the files. Everybody who's dying is kind of like that because that's what added intrigue to being like, are they protecting the family? Are they going against the family?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it all like so it's Carmine trying to figure out who the holiday killer is. Now you have
Everybody's trying to figure out who the holiday killer is.
You have
even Maroney is trying to figure out who the holiday killer is.
You have the detectives, Mr. Dent. What's the master's name?
Dent is a lawyer.
Yeah, he's a district attorney.
District attorney, yeah. What's his slogan? In some variation, his slogan is "I trust Harvey Dent."
Okay.
So that's the
that's
big. Did you get something for the no? Okay. No. So he's the district attorney, and then you have Jim Gordon.
Yeah,
Jimbo,
Gordon.
my baby Jimbo.
Jimbo.
I fucking love Jimbo.
You love Jimbo?
I love Jimbo. I mean, from
a
lifelong
indulgence
of like, it's fun to imagine that Batman's best friend is just some detective.
Some guy.
Yeah. He's a good policeman. There's few like him in Gotham City.
And so everyone's trying to figure out who the holiday killer is, and we're all being like, "Oh, could it be him?" But then that person drops dead, so we're like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
And okay, who you said it's left up for debate?
It's left up for debate. To this day, people are talking about who the killer is.
I know who the killer is. Get me on the web.
Wendy Williams knows who the killer is. I mean, it's pretty cut and dry kind of in the comic book, but people sometimes... Okay. So, the finishing pages, Alberto Falcone is found out to still be alive, and he declares himself the holiday killer. I mean, he's been killing the whole time, and he is Holiday. Then Two-Face kills Carmine, and he goes like, there were always two holiday killers. Batman and Jimbo interpret that as he killed Carmine Falcone on Halloween. He is another holiday killer. People interpret that also as Harvey Dent also did some of the killings.
Yeah.
And I think that those people don't really know how to read. Kidding. And then it's the main plot twist at the end of the book is that everything is done, and then it's Martha Dent going like, putting all of the evidence in the fire, and she just wanted her husband to be home.
Yeah.
And she thought that after she had stopped killing, because Harvey Dent came home with wet hair, but he had a hat on, so that was weird to her. So she thought he killed Alberto Falcone. So she was like, okay, I'm gonna leave this up to him to like do his job, and that's when Alberto Falcone took over. That's my opinion on it. So she started it, and then Alberto Falcone took over. Because
I personally think Alberto didn't do shit.
You think Alberto didn't do
shit? You know why?
But he killed that guy in the basement.
Oh, big deal. Listen, Linda, listen.
Okay.
The whole storyline of Alberto is, okay, you're Carmine. I'm your son. Dad, can I do it?
No.
But I want to.
I don't want you in the family business.
Oh my god.
Anyways, a person that I consider more important than my son.
Exactly. And the entire time, the only thing Alberto wants to do is he wants to be taken seriously by his father.
And to be in the family business.
To be in the family business, but mainly to be like, Dad, look at me, I did this thing.
Remind me of the words father and dad.
It pisses him off, and he just keeps living with this, like, oh, I can't. I'm never gonna be good enough. I'm never gonna be able to be a part of this
Yeah.
business. Meanwhile, I feel like his dad only just wanted to protect him.
Okay.
That was my
Yeah,
vision of
that's my vision as well.
it.
Because Carmine almost died when he was a young child. If it weren't for Bruce Wayne, he'd be dead.
Yeah. So it's a very like ooh
And not for Bruce Wayne,
for his father.
fucking I almost said Alfred.
Alfred.
For Thomas Wayne.
So it's that, and then
This
he
is gonna be a long episode. I'm really excited
okay.
about this.
He
This is gonna be
gets
another 3 hour episode.
I don't
Because
know.
it's funny. Because I
Read the book twice.
read the book, the sequel. No, because I was really excited to talk about this, and the more we talked, like the before podcast segment, I was like, "Can we get this over?" You're like, and she's so like strong as a person, and I'm like, that's great. That's so great.
So he gets shot.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody tries to kill him, and I think that's real. Okay.
You think somebody tried to kill him, and
Yes.
he evaded? Okay.
He survives,
Mm-hmm.
is in hiding, whatever. Comes out of this understanding. If I go out there, I declare myself the holiday killer. I can finally say fuck you to my dad.
Yeah.
I think that's all that happened. I really don't
Yeah.
think he was a part of it at all.
But
the
I-
only
but
reason
like,
you said whoever thinks that
But the
Harvey
thing
Dent
also,
did any of the
let me
killing.
just. But also, Martha says that she goes like, and then I stopped. You know,
No, give it.
give it.
Give it.
You talk. You were about to talk. I'll read. I'll fact check my statement.
Something like towards there, she said, and it almost seemed like you had the same idea as me
Mm-hmm.
for Harvey Dent, not for Two Face, for Harvey Dent, because of when she comes back and she sees his hair.
But I knew you had the same idea as me. You picked up where I left off, so we could have time to get our child a secret. Let them think it was Alberto. No one will ever find out because they don't have you to help. You are my Apollo. You can do nothing wrong. So I think that Alberto took over after that, but it's
Okay, that's your
because
prerogative.
I thought she was like, oh, he's doing the killings now. Like let's.
Yeah, because well, also he said there were always two holiday killers, and would they
But
figure?
he's talking about Alberto and Martha. For me,
But no, because it makes more sense to me. That was the throughout the whole thing. He was the one who was up for doing the wrong
yeah.
more than Batman and more than mustache guy. What's his
Jimbo.
Jimbo.
Call him Jimbo. You'll remember it.
Okay.
But then, what does that say about Dan's character? Because Dan's character has this fall from grace to turning into Two Face.
He has to fall from grace because he's like now portraying himself as such.
Yeah,
I
he
don't
keeps
like
getting
it's,
pushed.
and
But I'm
also
like,
the two face of it all is such a thing that's staring at you the entire time of being like you had this persona of yourself that you've been suppressing, and then you have this other persona who's ready to kill, who's ready to do all these things. Now now you get to a point where you're both. And you're
I'm
doing
so glad you got that from this comic book. Because the whole people try to do Two Face and like when they did the animated movie for the Long Halloween, which sucks. They by the way they fully like I think they just wanted to reinvent something.
Mhm.
In the movie, like it's split into two parts, and at the end of the first part, it's when Alberto Falcone dies,
Mhm.
and you see him drop into the water and
And-
get like fucking shredded by the like.
And then he just comes back.
No,
Okay.
they change it.
Okay.
What I really don't like about it, because the Long Halloween is supposed to be the story of like, look at how amazing Batman is.
Mhm.
He didn't catch the correct killer.
Yeah.
Because he's inexperienced. Because
Yeah.
it's the second year. In the Long Halloween, the movie, he goes like,
It's just good.
no, he comes to Martha
Mm-hmm.
and he goes like, will there be any more Halloween killings?
Yeah.
Like, will there be any more holiday killings? And
Mhm.
she goes like, I lost Harvey. And he
Yeah,
goes like,
there's
okay.
no point.
And
Yeah.
it's like it's cool. It's done cool, but the whole point.
Yeah,
of-
is that
yeah.
yeah. So my thing is, it was him. But again, okay.
So you think Harvey did some of the killing?
I
But why
do.
would he kill the coroner? Because I'm thinking that Alberto killed the coroner because the coroner knew that the
Knew,
body wasn't
yeah.
Alberto.
Maybe then knew. I don't know. I'm really on this trip.
Okay, no, I get it because there is differing
Yeah.
opinions,
And
and
I-
I'm
I
personally
guess I
on
just-
the
I
I'm personally on the Alberto opinion because I really want Dan's fall from grace to be more intense
Intense, yeah.
from him turning into Two Face. Like
I
that
just,
line
if I
being
had a better like option than Dent, I would say it. But Alberto is not it because
is not your
Alberto
option.
is
It's a
such
little bitch.
is a little bit. I mean this in the most like this isn't a Joker situation where he was driven to madness or something. You know, I see that man and I'm just like, you just want daddy to like you. You actually no, you want daddy to respect you. So you will take credit for something that you're not capable of doing this. Is my thing. So I am on the, she did it and then someone. Okay.
So
And I don't think it's because even okay, Two Face once Two Faced walked in there and his whole agenda, his only thing was I need to get rid of this family. So that's what he did. And the entire time, who kept dying from the beginning is the family.
Yeah.
So maybe even he did it in a like a weird subconscious way. But the
Maybe.
coroner thing is a bit stumpy
Yeah.
for me.
So you mentioned daddy respect.
Yes.
Can we talk about my favorite chapter?
Okay, when Batman went like started sobbing.
Father's Day.
Father's Day.
It's Father's Day. So like Father's Day is followed by Mother's Day. And we will talk about the character of Batman later because I'm really interested in like how your perception of Batman changes.
Okay.
So Carmine Falcone has this huge daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
she's
love her.
I fucking love her too. She's Sophia
Yeah.
is her name, and it's her approaching her dad, and she's like, "Here, Happy Father's Day."
Tie.
And he goes, because I guess it's traditional to get your father a tie on Father's Day, and he just goes like,
The kid for dance kid. No, the Jimbo.
We're going through those stages right now. It's my favorite chapter. First of all, this is the where the father of the Maronis died.
Mm-hmm.
So that's who gets killed.
Yeah.
Through that. By the way, thank God that I stumbled upon this page. So it's Bruce Wayne is being. They think that Bruce Wayne is the killer because they found a connection.
Oh yeah.
With the fathers.
Forgot about that. Yeah.
With the fathers, and they're like he's being held in prison. So
No, but what got it? This is what I meant when I said like I love how convoluted it is. When he hugged Poison Ivy and she got in his head, and he started doing all these things that he would never do. That directly happened at the same time when they started suspecting that Bruce Wayne might be the one.
because it's so well written.
It's so well written. And then Bruce Wayne is being like, yes, you can now work through our bank. Meanwhile,
And
he's
then-
not thinking clearly, but then
He's
to
not
them-
thinking clearly, and they found the connection between their parents.
Yeah, between their parents to be
On
like, oh,
Father's
now
Day.
he loves him. Now
I mean,
he wants
Father's
to work.
Day is the
Yeah.
day where it culminates, where you find out what happened.
Yeah.
But let me just
Oh,
this scene is so, and then we'll talk about more about the Father's Day. It's Harvey Dent going. Then please tell this grand jury. Tell me why didn't Thomas Wayne report the crime so that Luigi Maroni would be behind bars and the city wouldn't be in the grip of Carmine, the Roman Falcone. Alfred the butler does not have a lot of time in this comic book. You find out everything you need to
Yep.
know about Alfred.
I love
Alfred responds, perhaps Dr. Wayne did file a report, but Gotham City was different.
Yeah.
The police, even the district attorney's office, were rife with graft. Several months later, Dr. Wayne and his wife were murdered. The most decent people I have ever known, gunned down in these very streets. To this day, the killer was never brought to justice. Perhaps Gotham City is not all that different. James Gordon just says, ouch, that'll cost us Harvey. Like, Alfred is
Yeah,
the
he's
essence of
on it.
Batman for
Mhm.
me. Like, he is. By the way, like, in the more, like, action-y Batman shit, like, there was one time where they, like, some punks tried to break into Wayne Manor,
Uh-huh.
and he goes like, my master has this policy about killing, but I do not follow it much. He's like loading a shotgun.
Yeah.
It's great. But no, so Father's Day, it's for me, so this book is very, very tense.
Yeah.
The whole time on pins and needles. And then it's first of all Sophia giving her dad the bow tie, and he's like, I appreciate the gesture, and she's like, she also wants daddy's appreciation.
Yeah, but I think from her it just comes from more of like a hey dad way,
Yeah, but no,
being like I want to connect with you.
I want a connection, not like Alberto. She does have his respect, but she wants this like non-mobster love
Yeah.
that she like, and then he just like appreciate the gesture, and she's so fucked. And then Jim Gordon comes home, and it's his son is holding like for Dada, and it's a bow tie with like his finger, his handprints on
Yeah.
it. And I'm like, oh, like, and it's the best thing a father could want.
Yeah.
He literally says, "Well, it's only the best Father's Day present a dad could get."
Yeah.
And then Harvey, which is where we find out a lot about Harvey. He went to go see his dad. His dad is a crazy person,
Yeah.
and his dad gave him the
The coin. Yeah.
coin. So that's very interesting. But it's literally like in a moment of relaxation in
Yeah.
this book that doesn't have a moment of relaxation. You get so much.
Yeah.
And here is where also like you mentioned it. I think it's on the like next pages. It's where Bruce has the confrontation with Alfred being like, why did my dad do this? Why
Yeah.
did my dad kill a mob boss's son?
Yeah. And then Alfred is like, um,
He would have done that for
he would have
anybody.
done that for
Whoever
anybody.
whoever came to this door. And then he also goes like, I wonder if things would have been different if I had been a different
Yeah.
father too. Because Alfred is his
Yeah.
father. And then
But then
it's
it's also the way it's made too. Is just the moment he says it, he looks back and like Batman is no longer there. And I
yeah.
love it.
And then it's Bruce Wayne looking up and it tears in his eyes and he's like, I miss him, Alfred. Is that
Yeah.
so wrong?
Yeah.
And it's like I want somebody who just watched the like I'm not just gonna say the Nolan trilogy. I'm just gonna say like the cool Batman movies.
Yeah.
Like this is his humanity. This is
Yeah.
like this is such a like scene with, and I think it's in that like we can talk about like what changed for you with Batman. Like how
Okay.
did Batman change here? Do you wanna do you wanna flip through it a little bit, my
Sure.
little Bible?
No, my thing is, I never really like. I never watched the Nolan trilogy either. I never
Yeah.
had like
But you
an
know that the
opinion.
Batman is cool.
Yeah, that's his whole thing is being cool and like you know.
You
But
have to.
it's such
Your
a
problem is that you. Okay, may I hold your cigarette?
so it's fine. I got it. I learned to multitask.
You can like if you need a page that you can find or whatever, like the books at your hands. I just want you to know like what did you. What's your opinion on Batman here? And what with my thing is like, do you think? Do you now think that it's like, why doesn't he just fund the police better?
No, I never thought. I mean, it's people get to a point with like forgetting it's supposed to be this. It's
Yeah,
supposed to be like this is a person fighting crime. Like, yeah, you can logisticize it, but what?
but no. Even
What
if
does
when
the
you
governor do?
logisticize this, Gotham is so corrupt.
Yeah, so who are you gonna pay, Mr. Dent? Don't think so.
Yeah.
I would. Where's the where he's crying at a grave? I like that one.
That's Mother's Day. So
Mother's
that's
Day. Yeah,
before Father's Day. Like it's Mother's Day and then Father's Day. So
yeah.
it's I feel like that's a lot to say.
No, I love the artwork in that.
Because also it's so it's explaining what he want and he goes like he just wanted the pearl.
Yeah.
Oh,
Um,
Martha
um,
Wayne, beloved wife and mother.
mother. And then
And it's a police chase, so he's running away from the police,
yeah,
and the police catches him crying at his mom's grave.
crying, sobbing, and
Also, that's the
it's
day the police decides to confront him,
yeah,
and Alfred has the guts to say like, "This is a very personal
yeah.
day
Like
for Master
let's
Wayne."
chill for a second.
And
Um,
also, he gets infected with Scarecrow's like fear toxin.
yeah. So like he wanted to like he gets so distraught, and it's such a moment of like it brings him back to that night and the
Yeah,
way like the only reason he's running is because he thinks it's them, and it's I don't know. That felt very gut wrenching.
it is, and it's also like I also like participate in the like. Oh, like this is where I watched my parents die, Raphael.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm a bummer. You know, like it's
I'm a
fun to
bummer.
be like this again. Like he's
Yeah,
always like it's not like in this book it's
yeah, it
mentioned here.
depends.
In
Yeah,
this book it's mentioned here and it's done with a weight.
yeah,
It's
it
done
depends on how you make it, and I think they did it perfectly. And that part for me was very with Batman. I mean,
because you know his origin story, but for him
yeah,
to also him going like I told mom let's make this night
yeah.
special,
I
put
told her
on
to
the
put on the
pearls.
pearls. Oh God,
And she died because of
forgot
the
about that.
pearls. Yeah, so she
Jesus.
they went to watch Zorro
Mhm.
and He was. That's what something they keep forgetting in modern like Batman. He has an affinity to like classic movies and shit like that. And they wanted to watch it, and he was so invested, and he loved that movie.
Yeah.
So he's like, "Mom, bring your pearls."
Yeah.
She's like, "Pearls are for special nights only." And he's like, "Let's make them special." And his mom indulges him, and
That's why they get robbed.
yeah, Mugger wanted her pearls.
She
Oh,
wanted the pearls.
it is gut wrenching. What else I love about? I mean, you learn more about Batman when he is Bruce Wayne
Yeah.
because that like he gets kind of more vulnerable in the comics. When does a
Does
killer
killer
not
not
kill?
kill?
She's just going through the comic book being like, I gotta talk about this. I gotta talk about this later. Um, but no, Mother's Day is a very because Father's Day was focused about like a lot more people other than Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Mother's Day was just a Bruce Wayne story
Yeah.
because also like connection to mothers.
Mothers.
Hi, what's this podcast called? So what do you wanna? What are
This
you
guy.
looking for?
Is this
The
the
Riddler?
Riddler?
The
The
Riddler?
Riddler. The Riddler. Carmine brings the Riddler to him to ask him, "Tell me who the holiday killer is. You solve the riddles. You know. Tell me."
Let me ask you now.
What does this man say? What does this? Where does he say it? You're not gonna like the answer. Where is it?
He says that the killer is Carmine.
Carmine Falcone. Now, when I read that, yeah, I might be reading too much into it.
But it's like
You're the reason this is happening.
the whole empire.
No, you're the reason. You existing is the reason all of this is happening.
Yeah, like
you're at fault.
yeah, like the whole Roman Empire. Like the
Everyone
reason
is
that the-
dying because you made them die. I don't
Yeah.
know who the actual killer is, but you're the reason why.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like he solved the riddle,
He
but
solved
he
the
didn't
riddle.
solve the murders.
Yeah.
He solved the riddle.
Love it. Oh, I love that.
Speaking of the Riddler, how do you like the dialogue
For him?
for everybody? Like how
No,
it's
I love the
written?
way. I
Um,
love that, you can see everyone's personality just from one word.
You hear voices
Yeah,
in your
fully.
head just because the way
Yeah.
they talk, and it's. I have some voice actors in my head, but I bet like if I played you some like Batman the animated series, I bet you'd be like, "That's exactly the
Yeah,
voice
yeah,
that I thought of."
Yeah.
And what I love about it is, um, the freaks, quote unquote,
Mm-hmm.
they appear, but they don't take away from the story.
Yeah.
Why does Joker appear? Just because he's jealous that there's another killer.
Yeah, he's just like, no, I want to do it.
Like
No.
killing my thing.
Yeah. And I
Um,
love that part of Joker. It's just to be like,
Oh, that was a great scene. You're flipping through. It's when when they draw different characters as the killer, because like
Yeah.
there's like it's in black and white, and then it's gonna show Catwoman,
Yeah.
like in the outfit of everybody.
yeah, it's the chapter where he's like, and if this and if that and what if
Yeah,
that.
so he's like
Yeah.
trying to guess, and at the same time, Batman is at his
Yeah,
home
part
trying to
of it.
guess and everything.
Another thing that you didn't think about that I did was
Holiday, not
no,
Holiday,
Calendar Man.
Calendar Man,
When they were talking,
because he likes the attention.
yeah, it was they were they
it's
went to the
close.
Calendar Man and they asked him like, do you know who it is, blah blah, and then he kept
No,
saying she.
but also the thing is later he goes like, did she expose himself? And I was like, oh, you're just crazy. But
No,
I think there's merit to what you're saying.
No, because I think like 'cause
Can I
everyone,
flip
yeah,
through it?
find it. Because everyone was being like, "How do you know it's a she?" And then he got sick of it, and then he was being like, because she did it himself, like
Yeah.
whatever. And
because
I want to read exactly how it was written because I couldn't.
Why
have
do you
written
think
better.
it's a woman? Because he likes the attention. And,
And, like,
he's obviously like he's a Hannibal Lecter
Yeah, hell,
situation.
type, yeah. But
Because it's like let's go to this killer. Here we go. I see.
okay, give me. I want to read it.
Ashland's big. Tomorrow's the big day. I've spoken to the. Yeah, it is the same. It is the first thing that appears.
So it's being like, tomorrow's a big day. She'll be killing again. And then Batman's like, what makes you think it's a woman? Because he likes it, the attention.
See, I
No
just
one
thought he
knows-
was going back and forth being like
Nah.
crazy, but I like what you're thinking.
No, because he said because he likes
Yeah.
it. And it's like emphasized because he likes
Well,
it,
both
the
he and
attention.
she, and then all the every time genders mentioned, like you're really into pronouns.
Yeah. No one knows
Add a
who's
non-binary person to that story, it would be chaos.
because he likes it, the attention. No one knows who she is, and already he has made a name for
Yeah.
himself or herself.
Yeah, so
But
it's kind of like Alberto
yeah,
wants the name.
yeah,
He made the name for himself. Like if
yeah,
you believe he's the killer too, like
yeah.
he made the name for himself. And she,
It stays hidden.
yeah,
He
at the
doesn't
end of the
want the
book,
attention. Oh,
she um how much were you gagged with? I believe in
I
Harvey
believe in
Dent.
Harvey Dent. Oh, girl, let me tell you. Because okay, I already knew the ending because you told me like when you first read it, like, kind
Because
of
you love a good little
yeah,
chew.
true.
And I was like, oh, the killer's just a wife who wants her husband to come
Yeah, and I
home.
just and then she is just in it, like, and also like throughout the whole.
Also, everything's explained like in the tiniest of details. Because there's people going like, how could she kill when she was in the hospital?
Oh, and she
Um,
left. She
yeah,
just said, "I slept."
no, she
Like,
said she
oh,
left, but then like previously in the comic book, like she graphic novella, um, she's in the wheelchair and she jumps to hug Harvey,
yeah.
and he goes like, "You shouldn't do that," and she goes, "Doctors are telling you not to do that," and she goes like, "What do doctors know?" Because like, what do
Girl.
doctors know?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Ugh.
Um, I there's we didn't talk about fucking the Last Supper of Batman comics.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what do you think about Dent's little loser friend?
Who?
We'll talk about this later. So
Translator?
I don't get why he ratted him out. Like his secretary or whatever.
Oh, well, he was working with for the
Yeah, he
comic.
was working for. But I was so like,
That,
why?
that's his
What
whole
that like
storyline.
that's it?
That's
Like,
I think. Like it's
your
just
your glasses imply more.
yeah. No, because they needed a man inside, so they sent
Yeah.
this guy, and he was like, "Okay,
Yeah,
I'll do it."
that's the big twist.
Yeah.
It is a fairly like typical story, but the fact that it's Batman makes it so different.
Yeah.
Because first of
No,
all,
because
like
you really mix like the
the mob story
essence
is
of
very
well written, and then throw in the like quote unquote supernatural, but like
the
the
kooks.
kooks did it.
It's called a Batman's like villains are called a rogues gallery. So you
Yeah.
throw in the rogues gallery, and that's what you get. But it's
But like they
no matter how
incorporated them
typical of
so
a
well.
mob story it is, I'm never like, oh, this is tired. This
Yeah,
has
yeah,
been
yeah,
done. I'm so like, this is a weird interpretation of a like a mob story,
yeah,
and I love his sister, like Maroni's
yeah. Falcone's sister.
Falcone's sister. She was like, the freaks.
Yeah,
Dad never did this,
yeah,
and he goes like, don't ever question my authority and
yeah.
what I do here. But here you have this is basically the Last Supper of Batman comics.
Okay.
Like these 2 pages
Oh
are
yeah.
so like they're referenced. They're not afraid to be referenced or not referenced. Eat it, shit it, put it in the blender, give birth to it. So it's the iconic page of like all the villains, like the rogue
Yeah.
villains from the Batman gallery sitting there because Two-Face has freed all of them. And also he did it on
Mhm.
a flip of a coin. And then for Calendar Man, he was like flips the coin and he was like,
It's like,
next
well,
time.
yeah,
And the picture of Calendar like it's just a shadow with like 2 eyes being
yeah,
like,
being like, wow, yeah,
fuck off.
I love it.
Love Calendar Man.
I love Calendar Man. Why is he in prison? Or like he
He
just ate people?
he no.
I don't know. It's not Hannibal
That
Lecter.
was so funny. But no, because it's like he kills on like specific dates.
Okay, oh,
He
and
didn't do
Calendar Man.
he didn't do holidays, but he did go like this date is specific. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
what the fuck is wrong with it? And that was a great moment of like Batman going like it's like I think 2 pages later he asks Catwoman, and I love that. This is what I love about the comic book. It's not they don't think you're dumb.
Yeah.
He goes like, "Whose side are you on?" The side I'm always
Always
on,
on.
and she
That's
doesn't
it.
have to say it.
Doesn't have to say it
Doesn't
because
have to say
I
it.
flipped the page being like Maya. Oh,
Like it's the side I'm always on. That Catwoman's side. Oh, never mind.
what?
No, I think this is like a problem in printing or something because it's
Really?
yeah because like look it's also here.
I don't because
because
Oh
it's
yeah,
purple. It's
yeah, it's
not
black.
red. Anyways, what other like moments did you have from the book? Because there's we talked about a lot of things here. Oh, Dent, Dent saying like they'll make bail in an hour, and then Batman going like Dent was wrong. They make bail in less than an hour. It's
Brilliant.
such a well written mob
Yeah.
story, and it and in the movie, like the animated movie
Uh,
that they do, they have like they go too much into the Godfather references.
yeah.
They
Animals.
they go like because here there is a few moments of like don't ever ask me about my and it's like don't ask me about my business and he goes like ma familia
Yeah.
and it's like that gets into but in the movie they go like and I made him an offer
Calm down.
oh the somewhere the woman is smiling.
Oh my god. Oh my god. So it's okay. How did the murders go?
So
Like
first
all
there's
over the place.
it's Johnny Vitti.
Johnny Vitti, and then it's like there's a little bubble that goes somewhere in the city. Roman is smiling or laughing.
Who's the second killed? Is the second kill like the guys who tried to blow up Dent's house? Yeah, no, after Johnny Vides
Yeah.
died, they go ahead. So Batman and
Yeah, I forgot about
Harvey
that too completely. Um, so after another kill, again, it says somewhere, I know,
Dent.
Roman is laughing. And then the third one is
So
Roman's
it goes
son
like Roman is laughing, Roman is
laughing.
yeah, Roman is laugh. I think it was like Roman is smiling, Roman is laughing, or I was laughing both times. I don't know.
Yeah,
It was like
something.
the repetitive.
But then the time, like when his son got killed, and it's like I know somewhere Roman is.
No, it's not the son getting killed.
No.
Money.
Oh my God! Yes. Oh my God! Which is even worse. His they burnt.
Because this is like before anybody else died.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So Johnny Vitti died, and
yeah.
then they went ahead.
They burnt his money, and then they go. I know somewhere
The
Roman
Roman
is
isn't
crying.
laughing.
Yeah.
The Roman isn't laughing anymore. So let me find another. How do you like the Joker?
I loved the Joker in this for his only prerogative to be I want to do the killings
And I,
because that's so real for a psychopath. I'm jealous. I want to do this, and that's I think best portrayal of Joker ever. If I'm being completely, he's like
no, it's
pure
great
psycho.
because he is like it's a thing of his character is really written here. Like somebody pulling out a normal sized gun, and he goes like, "Mine's bigger," and also like he on New Year's wants to like kill everybody.
Yeah, to
Then
be
he
like,
goes like, "Am I too expecting New Year's kids?"
yeah. And I also love his logic too. It's like, well, you want to hunt down the holiday killer, and he's probably gonna be there.
Yeah, and if I kill everybody,
We're gonna go
yeah.
too. So
So
hey,
I mean flawless logic.
I
If
mean,
I'm being
duh.
honest, did you notice this? Hold the book like this.
What?
So no, like do the first thing, like see this and don't let go.
Okay.
It's the night the three of them make their big arrangements. So
Mhm.
the trio of this story is James Gordon, Batman, and Harvey Dent. They
Mhm.
were gonna solve the holiday killer,
Yeah.
like the holiday crime. So this is the big moment,
Yeah.
and then turn around. It's the same image
Yeah.
that's like first of all the first one is very shadowy. There's just like
Yeah.
but now they're brought into the light and Batman is still Batman, James is still James, but he's Two-Face.
Yeah. I'm also reading it. It's like the Roman is dead, and I killed him. The long
The long
Halloween is
Halloween
over.
is over.
And then
You know what we call this year in my family? The long
long Halloween.
Halloween. He's been killing mi familia.
We'll get you help. You're the ones who are gonna need help from now on. Harvey, you betrayed everything you believe in, not everything.
And
I
that's
watched the end of this part too when she said arrest me, Jumbo. I was like, arrest me right now.
what I love about
Sure.
growing up is that before I would see comic books with like I have and I very much appreciate that are like very sharp, very
Mm-hmm.
beautiful, very like I would show many examples and I would see something like this and I would be like that's so old and like
Yeah.
badly drawn. But like it
No, I
is
love the way.
it is perfectly drawn.
Yeah.
It's like there's like I'm just looking now at like Barbara Gordon,
Yeah.
and she like everything
Looks so defeated too.
and
Just
everything, like you can see everything that you
yeah,
need to see from the character,
yeah,
and no page is ever sloppy, or if something looks like some like it shouldn't look that way, it should.
yeah.
Um, rest in peace, Tim Sale. He died 2 years ago, and recently they made their.
Also, this part, sorry. Was it worth it? Hmm? The promise that we made to bring down the Roman, what it cost us, Harvey, and
Oh, are you saying that the good guys
what
won?
it cost us, Harvey. And it's like, if you're asking me did the good guys win, yes, the good guys won, Batman. And it's like, but I won't know if it was worth it for a very long time.
Uh-huh.
Woo!
No, just the way that like
Yeah,
because sometimes you watch a movie and you don't think about something, right?
yeah,
But when you read a comic book, sometimes you're really forced to see the art in it,
yeah.
because like so Carmine has these three scratches on the
Hmm.
side of his face that the Catwoman did to him, but you don't have to know that if you didn't know that, and
Yeah.
that's like from the first year. And then he goes like, I want I want um target on of $1 million for whoever
Hmm.
catches the bat or the cat, and then it zooms into him, and like
Yeah.
the three scars look like like it's just his eye, and the three scars
Because,
look like whiskers,
yeah.
and it's like you have to see that and be like,
Oh,
huh?
yeah.
When she think,
Who's your favorite character?
ooh, I I want to say what's her name? Her name isn't Martha. Is her name Martha?
The sister?
No, the wife of like the killer.
Oh, oh, fuck's sake.
Is it Martha? Because if it is Gilda,
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 yeah,
I think I
Gilda.
kept saying Gilda.
Yeah,
I kept saying Martha, but it's Gilda
that's
because I was like
Gilda.
Martha is Batman's mother.
Yeah,
I want to say Gilda, but I think that's just a reveal
yeah.
that it's the kill. And I love her like being like, I just want my husband to come home.
Yeah, when you didn't have to work too much.
It's no, because it is implying her being like, I'm a woman, and like I just want my husband to be home, but also like you're a serial killer.
Yeah, but it also makes sense for her to like kill the people she killed.
Yeah, no, that she didn't kill a good person.
Yeah, and
Except
it
maybe
was
the
a
coroner, but did she kill the
yeah.
coroner? Did she kill this person? Did
Because the whole thing with him working so hard started with
It's hard to tell.
Roman.
It's hard for me to tell you who my favorite character is because I'm going outside of the Batman, because I'm going outside of the mythos of the comic book.
Yeah,
I'm thinking like Jim Gordon and Batman and
yeah.
shit like that. But if we're talking about the characters that are not reappearing, that because I would easily say like Scarecrow because he's my.
Yeah.
Um, I would say Sophia Falcone.
Okay.
I think I just a big woman.
Big woman.
Big,
Big strong woman.
I have an affinity, and her, like I said, the scene of her going like Happy Father's Day, Dad.
Yeah.
And it's but from this also, like, if I'm ignoring everything else, I fucking love the Riddler.
Fucking love the Riddler. I know, me too.
The way he talks, it's like
So
everybody
funny.
has this like intonation and rhythm
Yeah.
that is just fun. I mean, Catwoman, obviously, but that's I think like Batman, Catwoman, and James Gordon are the three characters that are like they're
Encompasses,
more
yeah.
built outside of the comic books and everything like that. Two Face is like this is his origin story.
Hmm.
This is his like you will not find a more important Two Face story
Yeah.
than this current
Yeah.
one. But like you can be like, oh my god, fucking Mad Hatter is the
This is just
essence and
the
the
shit.
essence of the comic book.
Yeah.
But if somebody said like Two Face is my favorite character and he's the reason why,
Also, this bitch, you're mine, Poison Ivy, all mine, girl.
it gets
I don't know. I'm really thinking because, like, okay, I wish they did more with his sister
yeah.
because I
What's
feel
her
like
name? It's Carla. Carla.
Carla. I feel like they could have had a moment of like, this is what
Because
a mother would do for a
because the
child.
first the first murderer is her
Her
son,
son.
Johnny
So
Vitti.
for her to go completely ballistic. It kind of would have made sense too, but she was very like every time she was about to stand up to
Her death really hurt me. I was
yeah,
like, because she was about to get shit done.
yeah, and then was just like,
She was ready to attack and she was ready to get shit done. And then they just killed her, and I was like, that is unfortunate.
yeah,
But I don't think it's done for like no reason. But
yeah,
it is for like a comic book in the 90s. Um, it what I love about non-sexist media from back in the day,
yeah,
it's like you can make non-sexist media without being like women power.
yeah,
Because if you made The Long Halloween today, it would be like, ooh, the killer is a woman. No,
mhm,
it's more like he or she,
yeah,
and being like, oh yeah, or she.
yeah,
But
yeah,
then it's like it
hey,
is a she
yeah,
in the end. It's never a moment of doubting.
yeah,
And there's like from the Long Halloween, the only thing I want to show you from the movie is the opening scenes because they take like the pages of the comic book.
mm-hmm.
It's very interesting.
Yeah,
But if you ever watch the Nolan trilogy, they're not as like I'm gleefully hating on them.
yeah,
They're good movies. They're entertaining
yeah,
movies. They're fun. But then there's like now if you watched The Dark Knight Rises and um The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises,
mm-hmm.
you would be like, you took from this.
Yeah,
You took from this book that is so. I mean, and it's not like a thing of like you copied. I'm saying like you had every right to just make a live action version of this,
yeah,
and you chose to do
whatever.
what like
Yeah,
this little thing. And then when the third movie starts with like I believed in Harvey Dent,
mm-hmm.
I'm like, you don't get to
You don't
say
know.
you don't know.
Ugh,
Because Harvey Dent is this great guy of like representing hope and
yeah.
then the downfall of hope and shit like that. And he's that in most media. We're gonna
Did you
have to.
walk him?
I did. I walked him when I came, and then but he didn't poop the second time.
Uh,
And I knew this would happen because when you would come home, he'll be like, "I need
yeah.
to walk." Anyways, we're nearly done. So I I recommend you to sometimes watch the Nolan trilogy because it is fun. It is first of all, Heath Ledger's Joker
Yeah.
is, mwah. And then Tom Hardy's Bane is amazing. You
Yeah.
didn't have a chance to meet Bane.
Mm.
Bane is the first character to have ever broken Batman mentally and spiritually.
Okay, Slay. I
Yeah,
want to see that.
he broke his back. Broke his like that's
Broke
the
back mountain. Good. Let's go.
Heath Ledger. It's all coming back together. And Anne Hathaway's Catwoman is okay. She's a fun character, but she's not fully
Yeah,
Catwoman
yeah.
for me. Yeah, but
Hey, we'll go. Calm down. I'm just I really I feel like I knocked comic books out of my life a little bit soon because I've really enjoyed it.
yeah.
Enjoyed reading it. I enjoyed the artwork. I
No,
enjoyed
like I'm
being
saying,
like
when I'm giving you things, I'm giving you things that I know you'll
yeah,
like and that I'll know you'll understand.
yeah,
I'm not doing this as a way to be like, okay, now read a bit more. And now that you know who all the Robins are, you can read the Snyder collection.
yeah,
Because you don't give a shit about the Snyder collection,
yeah.
because the Snyder collection is very I'm Batman. Oh,
Ooh, insight
but
stuff.
like if I ever read something like this, if Arkham Asylum is anything like
Yeah,
this, I'll borrow it to you
yeah,
because you very much enjoy
yeah.
this. I will borrow Persepolis for you. It's the Iranian girl autobiography,
Mhm.
and that you will cry your eyes out,
Yeah.
girl.
Okay.
Your graphic
The
novels.
graphic novel.
You might also like when I buy it. These are like the most famous. I'm not being like I'm a connoisseur. No,
Yeah.
these are really like when you Google graphic novels to read. I really want to buy Mouse. I didn't read Mouse. It's World War II, and the
Okay.
Jews are mice, and like the
Okay.
Nazis are cats.
Brilliant.
And it's this guy telling I think his dad's or his grandpa's story.
Mhm.
And then at one point, like in the comic book, he writes somebody going like, "But why mice?"
Yeah.
And yeah, no, there's a lot of Dylan Dog. The thing with Dylan Dog is, I mean, people outside of Italy and Bosnia don't really know about Dylan Dog, but I love. It's just a comic book that we buy and like in our kiosks and shit like that, and then I have a huge pile,
Mhm.
and then I read them whenever I'm bored. And then one time it's like a werewolf story, and I'm like, he's a investigator of the nightmares. He's not an investigator of paranormal; it's an investigator of the nightmares. And then I remember reading one book, and I was so like, okay, cool, vampires,
Yeah.
whatever. Read the next one, and it's this guy being like, I keep seeing my wife. And Dylan is like, okay, I'll come to help you. And he sees that the guy's an alcoholic, and he's like trying to investigate, but Dylan himself is sober.
Yeah.
But in that comic, he like something sets him off to drink again.
Yeah.
And it's these two guys confiding in each other, being, and he was just like, your wife's gone,
Yeah.
and I lost this, like, and don't lose a part of yourself
Yeah.
through your drinking habits the way I lost myself. And I was so like, what the fuck? You know,
You're the werewolf.
it gets very like, well, and I love Death in the comic books.
Yeah.
She's so like, because like Dylan has a different girl every comic book. Some writers do it kind of sexistly.
Yeah.
Some writers do it very like
Yeah.
justice, and then a lot of the times when death is there, like one of the girls will die. Usually it's just like, oh, this won't work out.
Yeah.
We don't trauma bond. Um, but then like the girls die, and Dylan goes like, "Take me instead of her," and she goes like I told you last time, Dylan, it is not your time. Yeah. Amina can't read comic books because she's so like, there's a picture and there's text. Like, what do I focus on? Do I focus on the art? Do I focus on
No,
the?
I get that. I was like that too because I was reading it and I was like, where do I look? Where do I go? Yeah, but you get into it. It's really fun.
No, no. Like I said, I won't force you ever to read anything you won't have to read. No, but I think I'm getting ego too,
Hmm.
and you made a brilliant joke.
I love Ego. I love the name Ego, and I want to know what it's about.
It's like one of the first where like more introspective Batman
Yeah.
novels, and you put it perfectly.
What
You said like, is Batman's biggest enemy himself? So ego is a great one, and then the other ones I think two I'm getting are very like for me for like nerdy. Like I know all
Yeah.
the stories, and I want to know more about the story of Batman.
Yeah.
But then two are um like there's Arkham Asylum, and I feel like
Mhm.
we both will love that one.
Okay.
Also, I have the prequel to this.
Oh, fun.
It's just three stories written by these guys,
Mhm.
and it's like it's not nothing as deeply impactful as this, but one is like a Christmas Carol, but
Mhm.
it falls on Halloween,
Okay, Slay.
and Bruce Wayne learns the like true meaning of Halloween,
Okay.
and he finally opens the Wayne Manor to like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
celebration.
That's nice.
It's cute.
Yeah.
And then I'll get the sequel to this soon,
Yeah, fun.
but not a sequel like. Actually, they did make like a recently, like last year, they
Mhm.
made it's called The Last Halloween,
Mm.
and it's Calendar Man hunting Glinda down
Oh,
because he's like Holiday became more famous than
then
me,
he
you motherfucker.
fucking bitch. Slay.
But I'm not a big fan of that. I'm not a big fan of like,
Leave it as is, you know.
yeah, especially like fucking 30 years later.
Yeah.
It's pathetic.
Yeah. Let it be. Let it
But the
simmer.
sequel is just like it's Robin's first year,
Yeah.
so they say that it doesn't have. It still is good because they're the same writers, so the
Yeah.
same art style and shit like that. So when I get that, when I read through it, I'll see. I'll see if
Yeah.
I'll force you. Mother of the week.
Mother of the week. I don't know. I was thinking. This is so funny. I'm thinking between Kamala Harris and Caleb, the guy whose podcast I sent
Uh-huh.
you. It's
Okay.
so hilarious. You go first. I'll decide.
I was gonna do like a funny one for so long. I was gonna be like, this person from the internet and shit like that. I, I had I have a new coworker and he texted me today and I was so like, thank you. We had a conversation and he just appreciates my nerdness and I appreciated his nerdness. And it was also a thing of I felt very comfortable being gay with him.
Yeah.
And I didn't do this in so long when I talked to somebody like a man that I didn't go like, oh, and by the way, I'm not flirting with you.
Yeah.
Because he was so okay with it. And he was so like, because recently I've had a friend who's so jokingly gay with me, and then his homophobic girlfriend turned me into a predator,
Yeah.
and that like left a scar. But this guy was so like I sent pictures of like me with my dog, and he's like, "Oh, what a handsome fella," and I'm sorry, but I'm not talking about you. I was like, "That is," and then at the end we started talking about something, and I was like, "I'll annoy you again, definitely." And he goes like, "Oh, don't worry, I'll tell you if you're annoying me." And then he goes like, "Ruby brat," and it was so like, and I didn't, and I sent like a blushing thing, and I didn't feel the need to be like, "Hey,
Yeah.
by the way."
Yeah, I'm not flirting.
I'm not flirting. I really felt safe and comfortable. Another like a thing that I forgot to tell you when I talked about this is he was like, "Hey, we can take our dogs to this place,"
Aw, that's
because
so
he thought I was in
nice.
Sarajevo,
Yeah.
and I was so like, and he was like, and
It's
by
like
the way,
I'm buying a ticket, right?
and he was like, and since you're collecting these comic books, like the Dylan, like the Detective Conan's, I'm going to Austria, so like I'll buy some for myself. I can
Mm-hmm.
get you some too. And I was so like,
Yeah.
it's the way I make friends, and
Yeah.
it was nice to see that in somebody else.
Yeah.
It was nice to, and especially that, just like we can take our dogs here. I just
Yeah.
like this is where I take my dog, and I'll let him. And also like, thank you. Oh, I also want to mention the guy that's gonna go to fucking Interliber, and
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I sent him the money. It's not that he's buying it to me, but it is like I think like probably 80 or 90 kilos of
So
comics, but
shit.
like genuinely like it's absolute edition, so they're like this big and they're hardcovers. So like he's gonna order like Jesus Christ, like good luck to that man. And good luck to my uncle who has to carry to and then hide it from my cousins so they don't see it. And I was like, he can read the I bought like 4 Tintins and 5 Batmans. And I was like, he can read the Tintins, Adrian. Well, of course, preface it by saying like turn the pages delicately.
Slowly.
But he cannot read the Batmans, not because of my not because of my sense of well-being for my comics. And then I just sent him a few screenshots, and he was like, "Yeah, that's not for him."
That's not for him.
Because it's Arkham
Scary.
Asylum, and it's genuinely like a girl going like, "I thought you said you would rip my eyes out," and it Joker's like, "April Fools," and it's well, it's watercolor, it's horrendous.
Yeah.
It's horrendous in the best way
Yeah,
possible.
okay, actually, you know what? I'm gonna do the guy who called me today at work.
Yeah,
Because he's the sweetest.
I want to see. Did we do it over the 2 hour? We didn't do it over
Good
the
for
2 hour
us.
because I think we talked very much about the
Yeah.
comic book, and we talked very much about our private
Yeah, but
lives and
it's yeah.
institutions.
Okay, so there's a guy.
What did you do?
Did you say institutions?
Yeah,
Okay, that's why.
private lives and institutions. I don't know.
Okay, so now I'm working directly with our drivers. See, it does make a difference. Anyway, working
The
directly.
second I turn this on, it's like, hello, hello, hello. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Do you hear me?
I'm working with this guy, working directly with our drivers before I wasn't. So now I'm getting calls from the people that work with us, blah, blah, blah. And I have not
And
yet.
also, you're getting calls from people who are not like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they're very like, oh, we all work for the same company type thing. Anyway, so I get this call from a guy. I haven't spoken to him before, I don't think. So he calls me and he's like, "Hey, I just spoke to my dispatch, but they told me I need to reach out to you. And so I have a bit of an odd request." And I'm like, "Okay, what's up?" And he's like,
Shoot, boy.
"Shoot, throw it at me." He's like, "Okay, so I ran out of hours. It's a thing, whatever, it doesn't matter. And I have to get home to my cat because she's alone and we're alone and I don't have anyone taking care of her, and if I don't go home today she's going to run out of food. So I was thinking if I turn on my PC I can go get her and I can drive like straight to the yard to where our company is so they can get the truck fixed, but she
Yeah.
would have to be with me in the truck." Now I am not kidding you when I tell you.
Mhm.
I said to this man, I says to him, if it was up to me, I would tell you yes instantly, but I have to check with my manager.
Mhm.
And I'm telling you, no
The
matter
way
what,
the way you begged your manager.
first of all, but in my head, I was like, no matter what this man says,
No matter if the man says like that is a health code violation, that is a hazard of the, you will be
we could
sued.
all go to jail. I would have said
You would have said like, will he go to
to
jail?
exactly. What will happen to the cats? They're all alone. So I'm in my head, no matter what this man tells me, I'm putting my job on the line. Go get your cat.
Yeah.
Right. So I write to my manager. it's a paragraph. Usually we talk in one word sentences.
Yeah.
I'm like, this question mark is like okay or no. Like
Yeah.
that's all. I'm like, okay, so I just got a call and he needs to get his cat or it will die.
Like,
Can you please?
You're so like, dear sir boss, I hope this Teams message finds you well.
And
I
I'm
like to think about the days of youth. What do you think about the days of youth?
how do you feel about other living things?
Do you remember? Do you
Do you
remember
care?
a cat that ever made you happy?
Like, so I'm like,
Do you
he called.
remember any form of happiness that came from another human being?
God, and he's going through it too. He's getting a divorce. Girl, it's
Remember the
so-
warm days of your wife?
Right. Remember when you could see your child anytime you wanted to? Um. Anyway, if you're watching this by any chance, hi. So I'm like, okay, so I
We're
read
not
this
making fun of you. We're making fun of the direness of the situation.
exactly.
For Selma.
So I read this long paragraph. I'm like, so this and this is not is happening. Can he please just take the cat? And then the manager just responds like, "Oh, oi, shensu, okay, Majo, no, like
Yeah.
it's fine." And then
Here's one. It's funny that I was like, I'll find an English word for that,
Mhm.
and the only thing I could find was the Jewish expression "Oi gewalt."
oi gewalt fully. It's oi gewalt, fine. He can do it. And then I'm like yipping with glee. Like I can express it to you. I
You're
get
calling
back.
the guy being like,
Yeah, I
tears
get
in your
back on the
eyes.
phone call and I'm like, okay, we did it, Joe. we
We
did
did
it.
it, Joe.
And I'm
Oh, they did do it.
oh god, no, they did not. Anyway, so I'm like, okay, we got it figured out. Just run, speed. I don't care. I'll pay for the ticket. We got it covered. Just go get your cat. And it was such a beautiful because he was being so sweet too, being so like, and we're all alone and we need each other. And I'm like, no, no, no.
You were just like, I'm willing to help you, sir, but who did you vote for? Which state are you in?
Uh-huh.
Which state are you in?
No, but
It's weird because you do work with America. Like maybe there is.
no, there's probably, and I work for the Midwest, so
Oof.
you know. You know what my thing is? Detroit. So Michigan, I think, voted mainly for Trump. Fucking Detroit. You know what these people said about Detroit? The Republicans, Trump's party,
Yeah.
was shitting. Like he full on once said,
It's funny because I'm so like, yeah, the horrendous things they say. That's so bad. And I'm just waiting for you to finish so I can say the Troy joke.
it's he literally went like, and if we don't do anything about this, the whole country will become like. Whilst he was in Detroit, the whole country will become Detroit. Like just shitting on people, and they're just there being like, okay, well, fuck me then. We work in Detroit, by the way.
And,
When we're
in the fucking scary movie scene where it's so there's a alien invasion
Mhm.
and Cindy meets Brenda and she's so like she's now an investigative reporter. She's like, check this out. Here's Detroit, and it's like gunshots, bombs exploding, just
Fires.
fire,
Tires burning,
just
like-
hearing sirens everywhere. And she goes, and here's Detroit after the attack. It's the same, but with like UFOs.
It's hilarious.
We gotta watch that show. My mom recommended.
oh, yeah.
Fucking
Which-
Nicole Kidman,
Nicole Kidman, Melissa McCarthy. I'm sold. Give me.
Samara Weaving, my favorite, like from
Yeah, yeah,
Ready
yeah.
or Not. And Regina Hall,
Yeah,
the black girl from the Scary Movie.
can't wait.
Oh, we gotta watch that. But we also gotta watch Agatha.
Yeah,
Now, are we gonna do The Substance next week?
we can.
I love
can
The
we watch
Substance.
it? Yeah.
I don't know if you.
I want to watch it with you.
Yeah,
It's I
Yeah.
feel like it would be such a different experience.
yeah. It's funny because you're gonna close your eyes at the like the bone scene.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be so like, I don't care. And then the nail's gonna start moving a bit, and I'm gonna be like,
Fuck off, turn
get
this
the
off,
fuck- get the fuck- Why am I watching this?
burn the house down.
Anyways, bye bye.
Bye.